Hey everyone, it's me, Curtis Parody, and welcome to another Sims 4 house building video. We are back inside of the game here, and we're building a really fun Christmas sort of inspired home for all of you guys to enjoy, which is so much fun. I'm super excited about this. Of course, if you've noticed the title of this video, it is the Frozen Castle. Kind of like the castle from Arendelle inside of the movie Frozen. So I loved sort of the look of it, and I was like, I bet I can make that in The Sims 4. So here it is in its sort of entirety. So you'll notice the inside is sort of a free adaptation of what I kind of think the inside of the castle would be. None of the rooms really match up with anything inside of the actual movie, but just be aware of that for yourself. Adding in a few different pieces here, of course, the outside wall that sort of goes around the castle itself. I sort of had some fun sort of playing around with different pieces. Of course, this is the very first castle I've ever built inside of The Sims 4, so it's kind of fun. I love this aspect, kind of using the columns and the little sort of, I forget what they're called, they kind of connect the columns there to kind of create little arches around and sort of all along the outside ring, so that was kind of fun itself. Little room there, it'll be kind of it'll be turned into like a pool area, so your Sims can have an indoor swimming pool, which is fun. So there's lots of different rooms inside of the house, and you'll notice some of the rooms are still sort of empty, just because unfortunately I just didn't have enough time to sort of fill them all. Plus, I sort of ran out of things to kind of fill them with. So some of them can be used for different purposes as you sort of progress along into the game. As you can see here, we're adding in the second story here of the castle itself. So there's a couple different areas. There's a bedroom on each wing, which is kind of cool. There's a boys and a girls room on each side, which is kind of fun. So you each get a wing of the castle, which is pretty cool. On the top floor here, it's all master bedroom. The whole thing is the master bedroom. It's pretty sweet. And the master bath as well up here. So tons of fun. Playing around with the different roofs on this house as well. You'll see it momentarily. I'm just sort of playing around with a couple different things. A couple of balconies on the back, which is fun here. You'll see me start to add in the roof pieces here. And I love the fact that you can make it so high-pitched inside of the game. The Sims 4 has a really great sort of engine, or I'm not really sure how you would call it, whatever is powering the roof sort of system inside of the game is awesome, because you can do really cool things, like you can see all the different varieties of roof here that I'm sort of playing with inside of the game, which is tons of fun. And you can see me doing different pieces here. Along the front, I had to kind of do this in like separate pieces just because it couldn't go all the way around all of the different sides here as well. And I do change the color to make it feel more sort of winter and Christmassy. So I put like a white, I think it's like a white metal or something, but I feel like it looks like it's snow-covered roof, which is really cool in the end. Sort of a little, there's a little steeple on that building right there, which I thought was kind of fun. Kind of looks like it could be a church from the outside, but of course that's where the swimming pool is. This area here, this is really cool. It's kind of like, it's like a turret on the one side of the castle, which is really cool. Playing around with all of the different roof types here. So there's tons of different designs that I kind of played with here. So there's kind of roofs going in every single direction there to kind of create this really unique looking roof piece. Here's the other wing of the castle itself. This is where the girls' room is, or the princess's suite, I suppose, could be up there. Sort of adding in these different flares on the different pieces of the roof here, tweaking up the different guard posts on the front, left, and right of the castle here. Sort of tweaking it, making it look a little bit different. Here's the front entrance of the castle itself. Some more hipped roof here. Sort of high-pitched. I love the high-pitched look. I think it looks really cool in the entire game itself. So adding in some more pieces. There's so many different roof pieces inside of the game. It was kind of funny when I was going through and doing the roofing on this. You can see how long it's actually taking me to do. And of course, this is 8 times regular speed. It took me a really long time to sort of get all the roofs in the way that I wanted. Here you can see me actually turning it all white, which is kind of cool. So I'm just sort of changing the coloring on everything here, adding a few last minute pieces that I kind of missed the first time going through it. So these little tiny sections on the back and the front here, just sort of tweaking them up and adding a few different things, adding some columns into the back to kind of support that entire area. There's some more pieces of roof there. Just trying to play around to see if I can get it to look the way I want. I love like the multi-roof aspect. So it's just like one roof layered over another over another. I thought that looked really cool. I also, on the main area of the castle here, and you'll notice it in a couple minutes while I'm texturing the outside right now, but I'm placing other roofing sections underneath to make it look like there's little dormers like way high up on the roof. It was kind of a fun little thing that I noticed you could do inside of the game, so You'll see that momentarily here as I continue on through the game here, just sort of tweaking some more little tiny connecting pieces on the sides of the castle, which is really cool. There we go. So painting a few different things. Here we go. This is, these are the fun little dormers on the front of the castle. I went through and did this like all the way around the wall, so it was a lot of work, but I think it looks really cool. It adds this little tiny bit of visual element into that, of course. So your Sims are gonna love that. Now you'll notice on the outside of the walls here, I kind of played around with the idea that like if this was an actual castle, there wouldn't really be any windows on the bottom outside floor because that would be kind of stupid. It would let people right in. So you'll notice on the outside of the entire castle, there are no windows on the lower floor, except for on the back of the house. I put some windows like really high up and they're very small. So you still wouldn't really be able to get into them, but they are still there to let light in. Here you go. You can see me adding in the dormers here themselves, which is kind of fun because you can see they're like really big roof pieces, and I just sort of stuck them under these other ones, and they kind of just barely peek out of the very top. So kind of fun there. Playing around with the different smokestacks there, the chimneys to sort of create a different look. I would have loved to have built like the actual like tower that comes off the top of the actual Arendelle castle, but unfortunately I ran out of levels because The Sims 4 only has 3 levels available to build on, so kind of ran out, but it would have been really cool to build on that. So I was going to play around with a couple of different roofing pieces on the front here, but I was like, no, I don't really like that. Switching into the back view here to sort of tweak up a few different things to sort of finish it off. Again, just giving it some more visual look, visual appeal. Some more pieces on the side, adding more and more roofing pieces here. That's kind of like the theme of this entire house build was like so many roof pieces. I had some problems with some of them on the inside of the house on like the 3rd and 2nd floor. You'll see that a little bit later in the video, but it was a little annoying, but I kind of got past it after a little bit. I had to do some intuitive tweaking of internal walls and stuff like that just to sort of get it to work out properly. But now we're on to the downstairs area here into the main courtyard where I'm adding in some different pieces here. It kept filling. It kept thinking this entire courtyard was a room, which I guess in The Sims 4 it kind of is. Like for room design and room engineering, this is a room technically. So I had to keep deleting the floor out of it, which is kind of annoying. So you'll notice the floor, sort of that gray space, sort of just keeps popping back into the game. So it was a little annoying, but I got a little past it after a while. Tweaking the different pathways into the front of the castle here. I just sort of settled by throwing these on here early on, but I do change them a little bit later in the video when I start doing exterior work. But I just kind of threw these in here just to be like, this is what it could look like maybe when I'm done. I'm not really sure, so... tweaked and threw some stuff down there. As you can see, a lot of those little courtyard squares keep turning into rooms themselves because the game thinks those are rooms. All right, so now we're going to go inside here. I'm adding in, or no, we're not. We're not. I forgot where we are in the video. This is good. Adding in more doors to the outside area here. I had some problem with the columns there, so I used the Move Objects On cheat, which is tons of fun, and it allowed me to put the door where I wanted to in the game, which was good. I used a lot of Move Objects On inside of this house build, so you guys are going to notice that multiple times. Going through and adding in windows here, tons of different windows from the outside. Making it appear like there's a 4th story, but there definitely is not, so be aware of that. There is no 4th story, though it kind of appears that there should be. More Move Objects On to make sure I can put those windows in the places that I want them. More Move Objects On, so much Move Objects On. Adding in some more windows. There's so many windows. Some cool doors on the back of that balcony on the master bedroom there. The really cool big circular windows, I really like those. Those are cool. There's also this cool little tower that's on the front here. So I put some windows up and down on those, which are kind of fun. Kind of a sweet little area to sort of work in. Trying to find like little windows. It was kind of tough because there's a limited number of actual items inside of the game right now to sort of work with. So you got to kind of repeat items over and over again, which kind of sucks. You'll notice that inside with paintings, like I was looking for paintings and I'm like, there's only like 4 paintings that are good. So then I had to like keep reusing them over and over again. So I do apologize for that. I also, once we get inside, you'll see it. I scale a lot of paintings. Be aware when you download that, because you can download and add this into your game off of the gallery, those paintings will not be scaled properly. So you'll have to go through and rescale every painting, which I know it really sucks, but I wish they would fix that. I don't know why they haven't, but sorry, guys. That's just kind of how it is. Inside here, laying out the multiple different areas here. So there's an awesome grand main entrance area. There's sort of like this study area off to the back. There's another like sort of a lounge study area off the side of the dining room here. Onto the second floor here, sort of adding in the different bedrooms that are part of the game. So there's tons of different parts here, as you can see. Tweaking all of them here. There's a couple of different things inside of the house itself for some fun stats about the house. There are 5 bedrooms and 8 bathrooms inside of this house. Of course, the entire castle based on the castle from the movie Frozen from Arendelle, which is kind of cool. So your Sims can recreate that movie if they want to, which is tons of fun. I know there are a ton of like Sims on the gallery that are from Frozen, but I couldn't find the actual Frozen castle, so I thought that was kind of fun. Here you can see I'm having so much problems with the roof. It kept glitching into the actual room itself, and I couldn't figure out how to get around that. So eventually you're just going to notice I delete the roof on this level and then sort of redo it. You'll see that a little bit later in the video. Adding in the different staircases here, tweaking their placement a little bit. There you go. Again, you can see I tried so hard to get like certain aspects. Like I couldn't put a railing around the staircase for the longest time because the roof kept glitching. So you can see it there, glitching. It just like glitched into the room, and I'm like, why are you in the room? Get out. So I tried like so hard, like multiple different ways to actually get it to not be in the room. I even took it out for 1 minute. I'm like, what if I take it out and put it back in? Would that work? Would it not glitch into the room? But it still glitched into the room. So I just ended up doing like a tiny little balcony, and that was sort of it towards the end of it here. But so I'm still going around. So I kind of took that giant roof piece and I kind of separated it in another attempt to sort of make it work better. I was like, maybe this would work. What if we do this? But it still glitched onto the inside of the room, which was super annoying. So you'll see that momentarily here. So tweaking, going back and retexturing everything because of course everything has different color now, which is super annoying. As you can see now I got this like weird, and then that little dormer area wouldn't go away. And I was like, why are you doing this game? I was having the worst. And then see, I made like a separate room for it, and then it would like glitch back in. And I'm like, what are you doing? So eventually I just gave up and I put a little railing around it and I was like, and I'm done. So that's kind of what I went with there. This little room right here doesn't really have a purpose. It just has a staircase leading upstairs to the boys' room, which is kind of interesting. So you can kind of turn that room into whatever you want. Maybe like a gym. I didn't put a gym in this house, so that's probably a smart place to put that. Working on the upstairs area again here, I was having so many problems with the actual roof coming into the room. I don't know what it was. It was just having so many problems. It always happened when I moved, when I connected like a railing, an internal railing to an outside wall, it would like break the whole room. And then it was like, nope, all of the roofs are coming into the room right now. And I was like, I don't want that. But it did it anyway, which was great. So I ended up just settling on sort of separating the railing out and sort of like pulling it away from the actual wall there, and then it fixed everything, which was great. So simple enough. Kind of a cool front entrance here. I kind of took the idea of the columns and those sort of bridging pieces from outside and sort of moved them inside here. You can see some smaller windows here, sort of lining the second floor, just because the outside roof was so steep and I wanted that look that I sort of had to go with more like smaller windows really high up. So it's kind of unfortunate because you lose like a really cool like a big view aspect out of those rooms, but on the outside the house looks way better. So it was a compromise one way or the other. Sort of tweaking some stuff here, trying to figure out what I want to do with the window layout. Did I want the windows sort of offset from the columns outside or not? What did I want to do? It was so tough. Ended up I just lined them all up and we were good to go. Good to go. Again, doing some more windows here. Here you can see I sort of chose like the small windows really high up, sort of as a defense mechanism. You know, you don't want your neighbors looking in. What are you doing in there? You can't see. So I sort of decided upon that aspect there. A bunch of bedrooms upstairs here, some simple stuff like that. I'm sort of adding in some doors here and a bunch of other items as well. The master bedroom is upstairs. Here's the girls' room on that side. I'm sort of tweaking some layouts and some stuff here, just to kind of get everything in place. Putting in more windows. So many windows. This is the boys' room on this side, the boys' wing of the house. Now we're back downstairs into the main entrance area. I'm sort of putting in flooring and putting in a bunch of different doors here and stuff as well. Still sort of tweaking that. More flooring, more flooring, more flooring. I'm also going to be doing wallpaper here shortly, so sort of throwing that all together into the game itself. So yeah, doing the bathrooms here for themselves, which is kind of good. So you can tweak all of those things. You'll notice the bathrooms are sort of a repeat over and over again. Because I had like 8 bathrooms, it was hard to be like, let's be individual on each one. Like I just don't have the time for that. Because I was rushing this out for Christmas as it was. So I was like, this is a huge job. I want it done in like 3 days. Oh my God. But I got it done. So we're good. And we're here. Merry Christmas. And happy holidays or whatever. Whatever you celebrate. If you don't celebrate anything, and a happy day. Happy day. Yeah, let's say that thing. Stuff. I'm rambling. And we're good. It's basically a 40-minute long ramble with me, Curtis P. It's great. So we're downstairs doing the 2 main rooms. So once you enter into the castle itself, on your left would be the big grand dining room, which is tons of fun. Using move objects on, I actually combined like a bunch of the tables together, which was super cool. So I think you guys are going to love that when you see that. So it's like a big table. There's a nice big fireplace, a huge actual picture over top of the fireplace. I think it looks super cool. Then on the right, when you walk into the house, there is the main living room area with like an awesome grand piano. There's some super cool bookcases. There's a flat panel television. Just one of the things. If you guys are wondering why I've sort of added in like a flat panel TV and computers, you'll notice them spotted around once we actually get into like placing objects. I get it, like it's a castle and it's supposed to be old and medieval, but at the same time, like people in the current day, because The Sims 4 takes place in current day people live with televisions and stuff. So I was like, let's throw like a couple of different pieces of tech in there. So I threw a TV in and I threw in some computers around. So you'll notice those in like the studies and stuff. Otherwise, everything else is very like period aspect, but except for those couple pieces, because I'm like, you gotta have a TV. Like, who's not gonna have a TV in this house? What else are you gonna do? Sit around? Go outside? Cut the grass? No, I don't got time for that. Don't got time for that. We're upstairs in the master bedroom here. As you can see, it's got a really cool fireplace aspect on it there. Downstairs, this is kind of a cool room. It's got like all the paintings in it and stuff. I kind of took inspiration actually for that room from the movie Frozen, because in the movie she like is singing with like these giant paintings and she's like jumping around and pretending that she's like in the paintings. And I was like, that would be such a cool room. So I kind of made that room, and you'll see it a little bit later. Tweaking a few different things here going in. This will be the main living room once I'm done with it. So kind of a red. I love the red look, and then the dining room has more of a traditional like darker wood look onto it. So dining room, kind of like a ballroom dining room sort of aspect. Here's the table, so you can see I sort of play around with move objects on here, adding in the cheat there and sort of overlaying the different tables together. Don't forget, you can always hold Alt on your keyboard to like move the tables around freely. So usually what I do here is I lay all the tables out and put the chairs onto them, because the chairs will attach to the tables, and then I group all the tables together, and it just makes it a lot easier instead of adding the chairs afterwards, because sometimes that can be a problem. I was looking for a different sort of a centerpiece to go on this entire table here. I found like 2 kind of a simplistic little flowers here. Adding in a fun rug underneath. I kind of went with 2 rugs because I couldn't find a rug that was big enough, which was a problem. So I had to choose 2 rugs. Go for 2 rugs instead of 1. Then after that, I sort of just added a bunch of decorative items all around the house. So adding in these. I love the suit of armor sort of aspect. I thought that was so much fun. So I added it like all over the place. So many suits of armor. They're everywhere. I was playing around with more move objects on here, sort of get a bookcase around the fireplace itself, but then I didn't like it because it started like appearing through the actual kitchen in the back, which is a problem. So I took that photo and sort of blew it up. Be aware that if you do download this house or add it to your game, which you can do because this is available on the gallery, so check the link in the description below or check out my gallery. My username is CJP132. But anyway, going back to the photos here, they'll be small again, so be aware of that. They will be very small, so you'll have to blow them back up. The cheat code to do that is just to hold down Shift and the square brackets, and it will scale stuff up and down, which is tons of fun. So yeah, you can see big photos there. I kind of scaled everything. I wanted everything to be very big, like larger than life stuff in this house, because the house is like larger than life itself. So We'll play around with a bunch of that stuff. Adding in the boat, you can see there, this was kind of cool where I moved the boat up. So move objects on can not only like interweave items, but you can also play on a 3-dimensional plane, which is so cool. This is actually the first time ever that you can do it. So you can not only move stuff 2-dimensionally, but you can move stuff up and down, like vertically. So cool. So before, that little boat that I put on like the little pedestal, it wouldn't go there naturally. It just wouldn't for some reason. But now I can use move objects on to raise it up to the proper level and then just sort of hover it there. So the object's not really sitting on the other object. It's just sort of at a perfect height that they look like they're together. So it's kind of a little cheat, but it's kind of fun at the same time. Cool grand piano here. Another photo that I'm sort of playing around with. I love this grand piano because it comes in a bunch of different colors. I think I end on having it in black because it sort of plays off of all the colors into this room because the room is very kind of dark, very like blacks and reds and very classic. So I kind of played off of that idea. This is really cool. Fun thing, again, you can do with move objects on is play around with bookcases. I love this because there are no bookcases that go floor to ceiling. You're going to notice this in a second while I play around with this. See how I lifted that bookcase up? There you saw it again. It's so cool because with move objects on, you can just lift stuff to different levels, and then I move the bookcases one over top of one another, so it looks like a giant 2-story, or like, I guess this is 1 story, but it's like a really high story bookcase. It's really big, but you know, it's a bookcase. It still works. Your Sims can still use the lower bookcase. They can't really use the upper one because it's too high up, but yeah, it's really cool that you can kind of do that and sort of merge items together to create even like more items, which is kind of a sweet thing. So you don't really need a 2-story bookcase because you can just build one yourself. I kind of sort of stumbled upon this. You'll see the rug is like 2 different ideas of a rug. I noticed these 2 rugs sort of overlaid like perfectly on one another. So I'm like, yes, we are doing that. So you kind of get this cool border around this other rug in the center of this room, which I thought was kind of fun. Playing around with the plants here, more plants, so much plants. Again, there's that photo of those 2 people. That photo I used, I think, like 5 times in this house. So I'm sorry. It's Aunt and Uncle Bob, and they're in this house. They used to own the house. Now you live in the house. But yeah, I was playing around with a clock there. I was going to put like a really big grand clock in one of these rooms, but I just couldn't find a place to put it. So it didn't ever make it in. But yeah, you could have created like a huge clock tower by just scaling up and down the clock. This is that like picture room that I was talking about that's kind of in the movie itself. So I'm playing around with a bunch of stuff here. That's actually not move objects on. That's just like normal moving of objects using Alt. So some big items here. I kind of ended it off with sort of a couch and stuff like that. I feel like this would be like a room you would just go and chill. You're kind of like, I just want to relax, be by myself, doing some stuff, looking at paintings, reading the magazine. This is probably the room you want to do it. Also, there's an art easel and stuff off to the one side, so it's kind of a creative room at the same point. It could be like an art studio if you really want to think about it. Here we go again, once again using move objects on to sort of merge these bookcases into one large bookcase itself. So tons of fun with that. I love move objects on. It's such a great addition into the game, and it just got added into the game with a recent patch. So of course the patches are all free for the game, so if you haven't already updated, just let Origin connect to the internet and it'll be like, please update me, and then you can let it update and it's great. So yeah, the kitchen here, love the kitchen. Again, once again, using the move objects on aspect and using the aspect of like moving, not the counters, but like the storage areas. I can't think of the word right now. I'm sorry. Shelving to multiple levels, which is really cool. I played off like the black aspect, so I was like, let's go like a darker look. Let's see what that'll look like. More of a modern thing there, modern sort of stove top, so be aware of that itself. These are really cool. You can find them inside of the custom countertops and stuff. These sort of really large counters. Again, using move objects on, I sort of moved those 2 refrigerators on top of one another, and this is really cool. So I put these sort of cabinets behind there and then merged the refrigerators with them. So it looks like one giant cabinet with the refrigerators built right into it. Boom, tons of fun. That's so much cool. That's so much cool. That's not even a word. That's so cool. Anyway, so sort of playing with some stuff here, trying to find some different pieces to sort of fill in. There's so many cabinets inside of this kitchen, which is great. It's sort of like a galley type kitchen, so it's right off the dining room itself. Obviously, there's also another door on the other side. So just fitting in some sort of stuff areas. There's some cool shelves there. I picked up the entire kitchen at one point and deleted it because that's a thing. So that's what you saw there where it flashed away and came back. I have that problem all the time inside of The Sims 4. It's a really cool aspect because you can pick up and move like rooms to anywhere, right? You can pick up the whole house if you really want to. But I often end up, instead of I go to pick up like an object in the room, and I pick up the whole room, and then I hit the delete key, and it's like, boom, gone. And I'm like, where did my room go? Luckily, of course, there's the undo button. So yes, undo button, you are my friend. So that's always awesome. Just playing around with some more stuff here. More bookcases. Of course, you saw me raise those up, which is super cool. I love that aspect. Because then you can create cool bookcases that are like 2 stories tall. You can't do that with just the normal game, so... It's so cool that we can do that. Another fireplace here, adding in some chairs to sort of sit around and relax. So that's kind of cool. Adding in some more bookcases. More bookcases. This house does not have enough bookcases. We need more. Tweaking some stuff. This is kind of cool. There's also a cheat to unlock a bunch of the, again, that came with the game update, to unlock the career locked items. So remember how in the game, if you've played it before, you have to get to a certain level in like cooking to unlock a special stove. Well, there's a cheat code now to unlock those, which is great because as a builder, I like never actually unlocked those. So it was great to be able to actually build with them. And the cool thing is if you download this off of the gallery, you can actually sort of the lot will come with those items. They will not disappear. I believe they used to, but they got rid of that. So they work fine now, which is great. More photos, so many photos. Upstairs, tweaking all the different bedrooms here. There's tons of different bedrooms upstairs. I use the same sort of idea over and over again inside of these bedrooms. They're very generic, I'm sorry. But of course, if you add this into your game, which of course you can, there's a link in the description below to add it into your game, or you can go to the gallery and you can search for my username, which is CJP132, all lowercase. Or of course, you can use hashtag Curtis Parody and find this house. Or of course, you can just search Frozen Castle. That will also work. Anyway, if you add this into your game, you can go in and tweak these bedrooms to your heart's delight. You can turn it into like an awesome nursery, or you can turn it into like a really strange rave room. You know, the rave room. Every house needs a rave room. It's just all black, a bunch of black lights, the stereo in the corners going rave room. It's a thing. I don't know. Anyway, I'm off on a tangent, and we're gone, and we're back, and that's the thing. So anyway, you can go and tweak this to however you really want to. I sort of just kind of made them generically. So yeah. Fun fact of the day. Tweaking some more stuff here, creating a bathroom. As you notice, I sort of copy items from other bathrooms into other bathrooms. It's a bathroom to a bathroom, really. Just to keep all the styling the same. Also, it saves me time because I was under a time crunch. Actually, this bathroom right here that I'm showing right now turned out really cool. I love the cabinet that turns out over top of the actual sink because I used, again, those like 2-story cabinets. And played around with a bunch of different stuff and sort of created this really cool cabinet aspect, which is tons of fun. I think I even threw something on the top. Did I do that with Move Objects On? I can't remember if I put something on the very top there above the mirror. I think I was thinking about it. I was looking for some sort of object that could go up there, but I just couldn't find anything. A fun painting to go over top of the... Whoa, that painting was big. And there's a painting to go over top of the tub. Over top of the tub. Over top of the tub. It's like Under the Sea, but it's over top of the tub. And I'm done singing. I'm sorry. I apologize. And for those people who hate me singing, sorry. Don't forget there's always a mute button. You can always mute me. Please don't mute me. I'm sorry. Come back. All right, so we're adding in some more stuff here into this room. This room's kind of fun. It's really red. This room is red. As you can see, I went through literally every object you can put on the wall because I'm like, I need different objects. I've used the same objects over and over and over again. I could not find any, though, because it just wasn't going to work. So that was a problem. Tweaking some more stuff here, adding in some different colors. I want some really dark colors in this bedroom, which is really interesting. Sort of a difference to the other rooms. Flat panel TV. Boom, boom. This is one of the only rooms that actually has a flat panel TV in it, which is really strange. So this bedroom apparently just gets special privilege thanks to me. I don't know why. Big photo. I kind of wanted this like big photo aspect over top of the entrance because I thought it would be so cool if you're like coming up the stairs and you kind of turn around and you look and there's just like this giant photo. Gaba-boom. Big photo. So I put a big photo there. That's what I wanted. That's what I put there. It's a thing. Also, there's a seating area on top of the stairs because you're like, there's so many stairs. I'm exhausted. There's a couch. I'm going to nap. So it's the I'm too tired to walk up the stairs anymore napping position. right there at the head of the top of the stairs. Head of the stairs? Did you say that? I don't really know if that's a thing. I don't think so. And we're moving on. So adding in a few different pieces here, playing on some more wood aspects, sort of adding in some cool, there's a cool typewriter that I found inside of the actual objects bin. So throwing that into there. Here's a bathroom. This is the sort of the princess's bathroom because this is the princess's bedroom right across from it. So it's a little bit of a smaller room, but it kind of works for like a kid's room. And I filled it with a bunch of different objects, which are tons of fun. Apologies, guys. I love playing with the different like posters and stuff in the game. So you'll notice I just layered like all of the posters over top of each other on this wall because I was like, let's play with all the posters. So that wall just is like plastered with posters. So I thought that was kind of cool. And there's like a castle in there, like a dollhouse castle house, because of course your sim daughter is going to be playing with that. Why not? Adding in some more clutter-based items into that room itself and sort of tweaking some stuff. A nice rug for your Sims to enjoy. This is the boys' room on the complete other side of the house. You know, you got to keep them separate, boys and girls, complete opposite wings of the house. This is how I'd have a house if I had kids. Like my master bedroom's in the middle, long hallway, separate areas for the kids. Can't hear them. They're not bothering you. You're on a whole nother floor and they're so far away. It's great. The boys' room here does have a fireplace in it. It also has this really cool desk, and I threw like there is a computer on top of that. Here's a really cool thing. You can actually see me using move objects on to sort of raise these objects up and down. So I'm putting on some, there's some trains right there. Some trains. I like trains. Anyone get that? I get it. Anyway, so adding in some books here and tweaking the height of the books. Adding in some more photos here and some more paintings. That was kind of fun, like a sort of a football painting, which is kind of cool. And a bunch of different stuff there. There's another bathroom off to the side of the boys' room here, so just sort of tweaking that. Everybody gets a bathroom in this house. It's a thing. There's definitely no lack of them, that's for sure. If your sim like literally can't find a bathroom in this house, they are doing something wrong. Upstairs here, you can see those rock walls. I had to do that because of the roof that's outside. It was annoying me so much, but I was like, this is the only way to make it kind of look normal, so I just kind of did that. Master bedroom here, so much stuff. I sort of went overboard on like the grandeur idea, so this room is super big. I wanted like the best stuff that I could possibly put into it, so it's a really nice bed. I put those really cool like coat of arms with like the knives over top of them. Swords, sorry, not knives. Which is kind of fun. The golden suits of armor to sort of guard you while you're sleeping. Another fireplace there and a big painting over top. There they are. There's Bob. And there's the Bobs. I think I used last name as their Bob. As Bob. Anyway, there's that photo again. Another cool seating area. Because, you know, you're like, come into my bedroom. Have a seat on my couch. Let's look at the Bobs on the wall. Is a Bob a thing? Or is it just a person? I don't really know. And I don't even know what I'm doing. I want to Google that now. Ugh. And I'm guaranteed someone watching this has just Googled that. Maybe. I don't really know. And we're into the master bathroom here. Love this bathroom because I think it turned out really well. It's super big, but I think it worked out really, really well. So sort of adding in some objects. There's a big tub right there, which is super cool. So your Sims are going to love that. There's also a nice shower there, adding in some different columns to sort of play off of the different parts of the room itself. There's a nice little plant for yourselves. There's a rug. There's 2 rugs. So many rugs. I sort of did the same aspect as that other bathroom sort of here with the multiple height storage units as well. And there's a toilet because a bathroom is really nothing without a toilet. Like, what's the point? What is the point? Or the toilet or the loo. It could be the loo. The loo. I'm not British or any British sort of area that would call it that, but I think loo is a very interesting word. It's very interesting. Though I used to say garage, really weird. Garage? People always just feel like, you're saying that wrong. I'm like, how? That's how I've been taught. I'm adding in some lights here, if you're wondering what I'm doing here, just to light up these empty rooms. So these rooms don't have anything in them, but I want to make sure that at night they look like they're lit properly. So I'm sort of adding in some lights there and some different pieces. And now we're doing landscaping. This is where Move Objects On really shows like what it can do, because you can layer plants over top of each other and it's great. I missed Move Objects On so much when I was doing this, when I was doing planting and stuff before, but now that you can do it, it is great. It's fantastic. I love it. So many plants. A giant elephant and a giant llama. I thought it was sort of fitting for those to be sort of offsetting each other on either side of the entire castle here, adding in some fountains, because those fountains are kind of in front of the castle inside of the movie Frozen anyway, so I thought I should throw those in there. I'm getting rid of these weird shrub things. I don't like them. We're getting rid of them. It was a bad choice in the first place, so we're moving that. So the shrubs are disappearing here, and I'm sort of tweaking the accent wall that kind of goes all the way around all these different little flower bed areas. Little patches of grass, little patch of grass. I was going to put some big trees in there, but then I was like, no, I don't think they really fit. So I decided to line the outside wall in these sort of evergreens, which I thought was kind of cool. And then I sort of added a little fence to divide them, and I threw some shrubs and stuff underneath there, changing the texture of the actual grass there because we want rich green grass. Green grass. So adding in some cool, sort of it's longer grass with like flowers in it underneath those trees, which is kind of cool. And then tweaking these little areas. And there's sort of a little arch that I put on each end, which I thought was nice. Sort of kind of a little area for your Sims to walk. Not really, I don't really know. I just needed something to take up space, so that's what I kind of came up with. So that's what's happening there. Some different flowers. So tweaking those here and adding in so many flowers. More trees, less trees. I was like, oh, maybe I should fill that up with more trees. And I was like, no, there's enough trees. There are enough trees. Okay, there's enough trees for everybody right now. So many trees. So many trees. Elephant! Also, the elephant and the llama will be underscaled when you download this from the exchange. Sorry, you'll have to scale those up yourself. Big llama, big elephant. So yeah, adding in some more flowers here. So many flowers. Flowers, so much flowers. It's a flower song. It's gonna be a thing. It'll be on my Christmas album that will never come out. Actually, it is Christmas. Oh my God. I need to get to work on my Christmas album that I've been telling people has been coming out for years. Also, I was gonna put these trees in the front, but then I got rid of them. As you saw them all just, they're gone. No trees in the front of this castle, at least not for me. Adding in some side trees here and some stuff like that, some bigger trees in the back, sort of just to sort of fill out these areas that really didn't have anything in them. So tweaking that into the pool area, the indoor pool, indoor swimming. It's a thing. This castle has an indoor pool. It's fancy. Those pool chairs, though, that's some expensive pool chairs, that's for sure. I'll be adding lighting in here in a second. There you go. You can actually see what's going on in this room because it was so dark before. And there's a gnome and a dog. That's cute. Some nice curtains there that would probably totally get wet. Here we go. One last shot. Here is a beautiful shot of the house itself as we come in over top of the beautiful world itself here. As we zip into the actual lot here, you can actually see, this is so cool. I love this shot because it's like you're kind of like walking into the castle and it reveals like how grand this castle really is. So it's huge. Obviously the really cute little jumping fountains there as well to sort of accent what's going on. Oh, there's a bird. A little bird flew through there. Oh, a bird. And I'm distracted. But, so yeah, I love it. Love the idea of it. I love the roof. I think the roof looks so cool in this house. This is the main entrance. This is sort of like the main staircase here. Note the columns have disappeared just because I'm inside of the house. This is that main sitting living room area here. It's so nice. I love the piano off to the side. We're into the dining room here. The dining room is so nice. Love the way that big table looks. I think it looks so cool in the end. This is the kitchen, sort of the galley aspect. Gallery? I'm not really sure if I'm saying that right. But I love the kitchen. I think it looks really cool. And of course, this is the sitting area, sort of art studio aspect of the entire house. Of course, there's those large paintings for your Sims to enjoy as well, which is super nice. I love those. I think they turned out really well. Here's one of the bedrooms upstairs. As you can see, it's sort of nice, sort of lush, sort of beautiful. Here is one of the studies. There are multiple studies in this house, but here's one of them full of a bunch of paintings. This one's very light themed. This is the daughter's room, sort of the princess room, if you want to think of it. This is the master bedroom itself. Again, the columns are missing here in the photos. The master bathroom itself. I love the master bathroom. I think it looked so good. Here's a one final shot. Actually, this is the transition from day through night itself, so it's really cool. I love the coloring inside of The Sims 4. You can see all the lights there too in the night view. So nice. I think it turned out really well. Here's one final view as we lift off from the actual garden here over top of the Sims 4 world, away from the frozen castle. Well guys, hopefully you enjoyed my frozen house building video inside of The Sims 4. It was so much fun to build this. I absolutely loved it. It was kind of like a rush thing, so I'm sorry about that, guys, but I think it turned out pretty well. So hopefully you enjoyed. If there's some stuff you'd like to tweak for it though, don't forget you can download it from the Sims 4 gallery and add it right into your game. Just search for CJP132, that's all in lowercase, or of course you can check out the link in the description down below, so check that out please, it's right down there. Of course, if you want to check out all of the other videos that I post on this channel, there's tons of other Sims 4 based content. Please click on the annotations on screen right now, or you can of course check out the links in the description down below. You can also follow me on my social media networks to stay up to date on everything that I'm working on. Of course, you can follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/The Curtis Parody Show. I'm on Twitter at twitter.com/Curtis Parody, Instagram.com/Curtis Parody, and if you want to watch me live on Twitch, I'm doing some live gaming every week, which is so much fun. You can find me at twitch.tv/Curtis Parody Gaming. So it's so awesome. Of course, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you hit up that like button, guys, because it really does help out everything that I'm doing. And of course, subscribe for more Sims 4 based content coming out in the near future. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed this. Merry Christmas, everyone, and happy holidays. And until next time, I'm Curtis Parody. Happy simming!